Welcome to another episode in Car Stories.
Today we are going to discuss the connected car feature, which is called the telematics in the mid-segment cars, and I'm going to take Honda City as a specific case and its app Honda Connect to understand how this works and how it is useful. Before I start, a quick understanding of the system. Basically, there is a SIM card, limited SIM card with mobile data in the embed inside the car, which is able to connect to the Honda server and transmit critical information from the car to that server. What Honda gives to its customers is an app called the Honda Connect app, which you can have on your iOS as well as on your Android. And this app then in turn connects to the Honda Connect server, and you can communicate with your car. Now, the thing to remember is that I'm going to give this demo here, being very close to the car as well as the Honda Connect device. But in reality, I could be 400 kilometers away as well, because basically there is no direct communication between the car and the app. It's always going through the cloud and through the Honda Connect server. It's different than this particular key which is normally used for the car, which basically directly communicates with the car. So this is a cloud-based connect that Honda provides us. So let's begin with the set of basic informations that this app gives us. So notice that it shows me a picture of the car, and there is a refresh button here. And when I press this refresh button, it will check headlights status, it will check the fog light status, the doors, the windows, the hood status, whether that's close, lock, everything. And after doing this full round checkup, which probably takes around 15 to 20 seconds, it will then let me know if there is any intervention required in any of this. And if you notice, it's giving a tick on all these items. Headlights are off, fog lights are off, doors are locked, doors are closed, windows are closed, boot is closed, and the hood is closed. So this is one way to check whether you have left anything open by mistake. The other piece of information which this will, I have put a paper here because I'm snubbing some address and car number information. I apologize for that. And now let's look at some of the other information that it shares with us. It will tell me that the car currently is not traveling, and so it's at 0 kilometers per hour speed. It shows me that the odometer reading is 1157, so that it shows the fuel status with two green bars, which basically means that I have about 20% plus fuel left in the car. So that's one set of details. And the other set of details it will give me is that it will tell me the battery's voltage status, the drive range, which is best ignored, it's just an approximate number, the engine coolant temperature, and the vehicle temperature inside. The vehicle temperature inside basically doesn't show a number unless the temperature is about 25-26 degrees, and I will explain later why that's the case and when it is used. The battery voltage and the engine coolant temperature is for your info. In these cars you really need to worry about it, but it's there in case the mechanic tries to give you some information which is not sounding correct. You can always check yourself through the app whether the battery is fine or the engine coolant is fine. Let's look at that scenario where my car is reasonably far away from me. I can't really open it through the digital key, nor would I like to share the key with the person to whom I'm asking to open the car, possibly to clean it or remove something from the boot. And in such a scenario, I can use this application to actually do those things. And let's see how we can do it. um, I'm going to enter my password, which I will try to hide. Okay, so now it gives me four options. The first option is So we'll start with the option of the door. So I can unlock the doors using this option by pressing this key button here. And when I do that, you notice it's saying it's unlocking. And it will take about 15 to 20 seconds because it's cloud based, it's not instantaneous. It takes that much time to do the unlocking, and now the car has unlocked itself and I can open the doors. Notice that the boot is closed, and I can, of course, in such a scenario, also try and see if I want to open the boot, and for that again I do the same thing, and it's shortly likely to. So it's now says it's opening the boot, and let's see how it automatically opens it. There, it opened the boot. So now the boot is open. Notice that I had closed the car had locked itself out because I closed the door. So let's see how that proceeds. Okay, so let's refresh it. The car was locked already, so it could not lock it anymore, and so the operation didn't go through. Let's see what it does when we update the status. In the status, I have left the boot opened. So in this report it will show me that the boot is not closed. Okay, and so when I now go here, you will notice that it shows the boot icon here as open. So that's the way that works. I can now go ahead and one more thing I think I can show you is, let's quickly uh, reopen the car. So let me unlock it again, and let's see this time how it actually unlocks. Right, and if I unlock it and I, let's say, open this rear door, and now at this point I check the status of the car. Let's see what it shows. As I said, it takes 15 to 20 seconds for each round. So this is not an instantaneous operation, but it's meant for you to operate when you're really far away. And if you now notice, it puts a tick, but it says the doors are not locked, the door is not closed, and the boot is open, which is correct. And you will notice that it shows clearly that this door is open, the rear door, and the boot is open. So that's the way it works. And now the moment I close this door and I close the boot, and I come back, and I now, let's see what happens if I refresh the status. So it shows everything is locked. Okay, so that's one set of operations. Now let's look at the other set of operations where let's say it's a very hot day and you kept your car out in the sun, and so you can see, as I showed you, the temperature inside the car parameter. If that's, it's a hot day and it shows around 35-36 degrees, then you probably want to get into your car only after the AC is on for a while. And so for that, what you can do is, there's this AC option. You can press that and it'll tell you what temperature you want it to be set, and whether you want any defroster to be set or not. And let's just take it as normal 25 degrees, and if I say done, then what it will do is, you can tell you, ask you when you want to start it, now or after some time. So let's say you want to start it now, and when you do that, it's now going to start. Okay, and right now the AC is off, so let's see when it actually comes on. Okay, you will see the noise and light suddenly come on. Notice it starts the engine. And basically it starts the engine with the AC. The AC buttons per se may not reflect it, but the AC will be on at this point in time. So that's so this way you can cool the car even when you are not inside. Remember, this will work only in a automatic transmission model when the because that's the only time you can start the car and the engine. So it's safe, and nobody can actually, if they break into your car, they can't really steal it if the engine is on, because the digital key is still with you, so they can't really go away with the car. So that way it's perfectly safe to do this. And now, having run it for a while, if I now press it, it will now slowly say it's turning off the AC, and as you can see, it has switched off the AC. Okay, so that's one set of features which we have seen now. That is firstly information on the car, and other is opening the car doors and the boot, and then switching on the AC on and off. Okay, let's now go to another feature in which, let's say, the car is being kept inside a mall and or some place, and you are kind of near the car but you can't really figure out where it is. You can use this find car option, um, and it will give you various options. It will blink only, blink and beep, or beep only. And let's say for we take blink and beep, and you say done, then it will try to find the car. And let's see what it does when it actually figures out where the car is. Okay, so it will start making this noise and hooting, and what you can now do is to switch it off. It is stopping now. It stopped. So this way you can locate your car. Okay, now let's see what are the other things you can do. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the safety features. So let's go to this walk-in mode. So before I go into the walk-in mode, see, remember that what this does is it will show me the current location of the car. Okay, so it will show me where the car is at this moment in time. And if I go if I'm somewhere else, it will tell me how to walk towards the car. So this is a version of Google Maps, not actually Google Maps. They call it the Map India utility. Not as good as Google Maps, but good enough for you to walk towards your car. So that's a very important feature here. The other things that you want to see here is that you can set a whole set of parameters. So let's start with the simpler ones at the bottom. So firstly, whenever there is a collision, that means you have an airbag situation, or there's a malfunction in the car, or there is an unauthorized access, means somebody breaks into your car, your app will automatically get an alert on your phone. In case of a collision, the alert will also go to set of emergency contacts which you have established inside the app. So if you run into a highway accident, your emergency contacts will know your geolocation as well as the time that you had some problem. The other feature which is important and interesting is the valet alert. You can set this to on. What this would do then is that it would and you can set the distance. So if you set it at 0.4 kilometers, it means if the valet takes your car and then crosses that much distance aerially and tries to go somewhere else in town, you would know that he is gone, and it will send an alert on your car, and I'll shortly show you the kind of message that you get. The other important feature is the tow away alert. This tow away alert is something which you would use if you're in a place where you're kind of worried that somebody may not break into your car, but may just physically lift it and into a crane and remove it, or the police may remove it. And so you can have a tow away alert set, which would basically sense that the car has moved without the engine being used, and so therefore again it will give you an alert. So that's a two-way alert. There is a fuel indicator reminder, which is fine. The other important feature is the geofence feature, which is an extension of the valet function, valet alert function. What here you do is you can specify a radius and say that, and you can expand or reduce this radius the way you want, and by changing the diameter, it will increase the diameter, and basically if the car goes outside of this radius, then you will again get an alert. So this is another very useful feature for people to have in this context, especially when you're giving the car to somebody who's whom you don't trust fully, or you don't want them to be very adventurous with your vehicle. So these are some of the safety features, very important to have it. Now I will show you the kind of alerts that you get, say in the case that you ran into a valet alert situation. But this will come on the app, it will not go to your emergency contact. This is the kind of message that you will get. Okay, and it specifies the location at which the valet had crossed the limit. So you not only know that he crossed it, but you also get a location, physical address as to where he actually went out of line. The other thing that is useful in this app is the fact that it can share with you, just a sec, I will show you your trip details. So it will keep a log of where all you have been, and so I'll give you some example here. So so let's take this one. So it tells you the distance I covered, the time it took. The trip duration is usually wrong, because if you stop somewhere, it doesn't, it sort of adds up to the trip duration, especially if your stoppage is less than 20-25 minutes, it adds to it. So it's not a very accurate number, but it tells you the distance you covered from where you to where you went, and it can also, you can also review the trip. It will tell you the direction in which you went, and if you press the play option, then you can also see how you kind of drove. Okay, so very very useful function. So it logs your trip details, and it logs in all your alert details. You can set up valet alerts, geofence. It gives you warning in case of serious collision. So these are the various safety functions also available for you in the car. We are now going to see how this whatever we did through Honda Connect, what all we can do this through the Alexa interface. So let's start here.
What else can I help you with?
Alexa, ask Honda to give me the odometer reading.
Sure. Checking your car's odometer reading. Your odometer currently reads 1,157 kilometers. What else can I help you with?
Ask Honda to check my fuel status.
Alright. Checking your car's fuel now. Fuel is low with the car's tank at 23% capacity. You should get that topped up by visiting the nearest fuel station. What else can I help you with?
Ask Honda to check the tire status.
Okay, checking your car's tire. Your car's tire pressure is perfectly fine. What else can I help you with?
Ask Honda to unlock the doors.
Sure, unlocking your door. Please authenticate your yes PIN. This would take about 10 seconds. Would you like to wait or explore something else?
I will wait. So now the car doors are opened just by giving the instruction through Alexa. Okay. Now Alexa, ask Honda to open the boot.
about 10 seconds. Would you like to wait or explore something else?
I will wait. So the boot has opened as a result through Alexa.
This would take about 10 seconds. Would you like to wait or explore something else?
Explore something else. So as we saw, a bare minimal functions can be executed using the Alexa interface also, instead of just using Honda Connect. But Honda Connect, of course, is a more comprehensive set than Alexa. But Alexa 2 works perfectly fine. Its utility is a little low because then you need to have a meaningful functionality. You need an Alexa device somewhere in your home which you are using. Otherwise, it kind of just becomes a redundant feature to Honda Connect, but useful if you have an Alexa device at home.